Okay, so now let's have a look at the results. I started off by entering my data like this. So I've got the date, time, species, weather, temperature, and general comments. After that, I made a table plotting the frequency of visits for each species at each hour of the day. Then I use this to create some graphs that can hopefully illustrate what the activity patterns are for each species, and that's what we're going to have a look at next. Okay, here's a buzzard. Thing to remember when we're looking at these graphs is that I've got a really small data set. So, like for example here, it's active, it seems, from the morning till nightfall. No data for around midday. It's just that there was no data recorded. Over more time, more cameras, I'm sure those gaps will be filled, but we can see it's diurnal anyway. Here's a raven. Appears to be, again, very strongly diurnal there from what we can see, as does the robin. Interesting, they all seem to have breaks around midday. Maybe they go for lunch. Domestic cat, opportunistic carnivore there, out and about at all times. The jay, again, only up when the sun is. Oh, and the humans, there's not a good example of a human, but yeah, the humans are about after work and looking for their cats. Right, totally different now. Got the badger, strongly nocturnal, I'd say that suggests, not surprising. And there's a pheasant, which isn't nocturnal, afternoon visitor by the looks of it. As is the magpie, late morning to late afternoon. The grey squirrel also knocks off for lunch, but it's around during daylight hours. Blackbirds are around a lot every day, all through the daylight hours. Interestingly, I noticed how often it was in association with robins as well. And here's the red fox, the last one. Very strongly nocturnal. So this is what it looks like when I put all these graphs together. I've got different colours for the most part there. It's a bit of a mess. I've recorded from midnight through to midnight, so let me rearrange this now. This is a bit better. You can see more clearly the diurnal and the nocturnal animals, those which are more opportunistic, and maybe those slightly crepuscular. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Interestingly, these chaps are missing. Now, the rabbits and the hedgehogs, probably they're not around because there's a lot of evidence for their predators, like badgers and foxes, being about. The others, the deer, they are frequently seen in the area within a few hundred meters of where I live, but they're not there on the camera. That's because of fencing. So, was this all worth it? Well, as an experiment to show how you can do your own wildlife study in your garden using one of these cameras, I'd say yeah. I got baseline data. I've got information now letting me know what the hell is going on in the garden, when as before I didn't really know. This has given me an insight into the activity patterns of these animals, and I've seen with my own eyes now behaviour, species interaction that I wouldn't have seen if I was there disturbing them myself. It's a great benefit when you have these non-intrusive methods. It's been a great way for me to get some practice as well and get familiar with this new camera. And on the subject of the camera as well, it would be easy for me to say in hindsight that, oh yeah, you should just go and get the best camera that you can buy. But if I wanted to do a project like this and I bought a really nice like Equinox camera or something and then didn't see anything, I'd have probably felt that I'd wasted my money. So yeah, I think it's a great way to kind of dip your toe in the water and see what it's like. Although, on the evidence of what I've seen so far, yeah, I probably would want to splash out on a better camera, go for an upgrade, or at least now with the information I have about activity patterns, I could perhaps set my GoPro up, you know, at the right time of day in the right place, leave it running for an hour and a half, and have a higher probability of catching some decent footage with it. So yeah, it's been a success overall, I hope, and I also hope that you found it informative too. Anyway, I'll finish off with a little montage of some of the shots we've got. Thanks.